Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Skyrim Special Edition. So, we're doing the quest, what is it called? In My Time of Need, where we're trying to find the Red Guard woman. And we're using a spell that is called, what is it called? It would help if I actually knew it. Clairvoyance, that makes sense. So, Clairvoyance points us towards whatever goal it wants to of the active goals, which is to say you have to practically turn off all your other active goals if you want to go to a specific place. So we are walking on the outside of White Room.
Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Let's see. Let's try persuade.
No, I guess not. Well, get out of here before I change my mind.
I don't have that much money anyways, specifically because I gave 1,000 of my gold to my daughter in Whiterun, so spoiled that one very quickly. Let's go ahead and take anything of any real value, and then I think I'm gonna have to favorite clairvoyance as an ability. Clairvoyance is a very interesting turn of phrase here. Not the phrase clairvoyance just means you see what's potentially going to happen to you, or you see the future to some extent. It feels... I can't hit Y and A at the same time. I'd have to pull out another thumb or finger to do it. Here it is. So it feels really strange that this wasn't a ability you could just turn on. Maybe you have to equip a ring. The fact that I'm having to sit here with and use up my magicka, which I only have the default 100 magicka, and you can have even less than that because you could play as different races with less magicka, I believe. There have been plenty of fantasy games that have had breadcrumb trails, and that the fact that you have to sit here and just keep on trying seems strange. It's also kind of weird that just like dead goats here. I can pretty much assume that that goat was alive when we first started playing, and it instead has simply randomly died throughout our time, and characters are unloaded from the memory after you're a certain distance away, so I must have gotten close enough to this section. Where is it? This way. To allow it to fall down a hill or something. Something like that. Yeah, if I could just equip something, and this should have been the tutorial at the beginning. The more I think about it, the way Skyrim starts is probably really, really bad. It just has you... if this gets me all the way to Winterhold, I'm gonna be upset. And we're not anywhere close to Winterhold yet, but it is pointing me to Felgrow Keep. Oh no. Like, let's remove the marker. No! It was just pointing me towards the cursor. So let's go back to Whiterun and try this again. We'll fast travel to the Whiterun stables and see. We're trying to find this red guard woman. And we have no clue where she is. And how we know how we're supposed to find her is a little weird. So last time it had me run that way, now it's having me run this way. And my magicka is so low that I guess I just need to run in orders. I just run in straight lines as I find it. I'm going to attempt to use this clairvoyance again in the mage quest, which is what we should be doing right now. But we've had this quest for a while, and I thought since we were in Whiterun, just visiting our adopted child, I don't think you can actually have your own children in this game, which is a little weird, but alright. There's plenty of orphans. Which way are we going? That way. So it is my hope to find more orphans and bring them to more houses. I haven't purchased another house in a while. But I will fully admit that the game itself doesn't need this breadcrumb trail all the time. But most games don't need that. What usually would happen, ideally, is you'd stand still for a while. And if you're just standing still and you're looking around, after about a second, it would just start to slowly fade in, something like that. Just to subtly point you in the right direction. Make sure you're on track. This game likes to have you run into things that you really can't do if you want to stay in the quest you're actually doing. And it really wants you to have this awful game playing experience where you would open a Pandora's box, and then when you open that Pandora's box you start another level, another mission that opens another Pandora's box.
Important deliveries to make. No time for chatting.
And it just continuously happens until you have every single quest in the entire game started without having made any progress, and you would then at that point be doing things simply because you either want to or because there's some arbitrary arrow on the screen telling you to go in this direction, but you wouldn't remember what the item is for or why you're killing these particular bandits or why you're going to this specific location. Even when you're trying not to have that case, even when you're trying to stick with the story, you can see on our quest list, even trying to stay in a linear path, we've got like 10 quests of majors happening here, and then there's definitely more things like talk to the companions leaders for work. Really? That is ridiculous. Am I going the right way? Seriously? Seriously, game? We have a cart. And it's like pointing towards my companion. It feels like. And we've been to Dustman's
Look at
cave.
these stones. The ancestors knew how to build, no doubt.
Hmm. And there's this cave. We see a cave this way. And it's just pointing towards him. Why did it lead me all the way out here to point to him? This clairvoyance thing doesn't work. Was I simply following him the whole time? Stand here. Just stay right there. It is, it's just pointing at him. This whole point, the whole point of having a breadcrumbs trail element would be to actually succeed there. The Rydorn's retreat discovered. So he's right behind me. And it's just pointing to him.
We've stopped. What is it? Let's go.
So it doesn't work. Unless it is in Whiterun. I have to actually be in Whiterun to use the clairvoyance for this to point me toward this red guard lady. Fast trembling filled all my health. No, it's just pointing to him. This is so pointless. So silly.
Take pity, lady, and spare me a few sentiments.
Where's the guy who's asking that? You want money?
What? Why are you looking at me? Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. Only if... But... Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of Argonian ale. The good stuff. Then we got nothing more to talk about.
So he wanted me to go steal some things. Let's see.
A few seconds for my suppers.
And we'll just wait right in front of here.
Why ask?
Excuse me, but I'm trying to read. Nothing like a good adventure or romance to lose yourself in. I import books whenever I can. Most Nord works are too bawdy and violent from... The who? I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
See, this quest is just missing something. Like, find the Red Guard woman. A group of men calling themselves Alex Roy are looking for a Red Guard woman in Whiterun. And so I must have messed that up somehow. So I don't want to do Dawn Guard either right now, but we will turn all of these back on. Can I fast travel from this location? No. I don't believe I can. So that was a total bust. It's good to know, though. Talk to the companion leaders for work. Why I would want to do that, I don't know. Maybe there is a red guard in the companions that would move that story forward. Back to this. And I don't know why I turned all the quests on. It would have been wiser to leave all the quests off and have see if clairvoyance works again. Nope. Alright. The Dragonborn one, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure the Dawn Guard one. Oh, DLC. Let's talk to this guy.
Good to... Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you?
Where's the
Underneath
Midden?
the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful.
He's always telling me to be careful. Alright.
Take care now.
So, why are you a quest
We'll
character?
stop. What is it? What do you need to take?
I think the game is just kind of bugged up.
Lead on then.
Let's see. The Midden is
they say
under the
knowledge is its own reward.
underneath the
There are
castle.
few
Let's see.
places where one can pursue life.
How can we get down here? To the Midden, there. Almost like I suddenly remembered where it was. Let's equip our glass bow. Let's assume the sneaky position. And let's continue playing. Clairvoyance has proven itself to be pointless. It should work. It should be introduced at the very beginning of the game. It should be on by default. They should give you like a different ring or something to wear if you don't want to use it, or just have it as an option. In the same way that the game should absolutely have you play with each little weapon. And I'm still not sure you should buy different weapons. This is the Hall of Countenance, which I believe we've already seen. And I have no idea what this is about. Let's see, which one of these turns off that? So it's a miscellaneous one. Bring the Dwarven arrow to Calico seems to be. Nope, that's not it. Find the source of the power in Fulgrim. Bring the unusual. Bring a mammoth tusk. Investigate the ruins. Find red. Oh, talk to the companions for work. So wait, can I talk to him for work?
What is it?
Nope.
Let's go.
That would be nice if you could talk to him for work while he's following you. Anybody else around? Bleeding crown. Here's a dagger that's very expensive, and this looks like a rock or a knife sticking out of that, but it's just a weird texture. And what's funny is activate the torch sconce. That was creepy. I was gonna hold A and see if I could drop the torch sconce on the ground and start a fire. Let's see. If I come over here on items and drop one, let's see what happens. Ah, it's not lit. And I can't pick up these at all. So the midden. What was that? Some kind of ice wraith? We've seen ice wraith ingredients, but we haven't actually seen an ice wraith. This game tries to introduce new bad guys, but you still end up fighting skeletons and draugrs more than anything else. It feels like there are storyline elements that they were trying to have, like, enemy AI programmed to work, and it works in these specific places, but in general they probably had a second team making all the regular things, all the non-important side quests, and that team was told to only use skeletons, and so we see them way more often than anything else. Well, thorax bugs. I hope these torch bugs are actually worth something as an ingredient or something. Let's see. Take this, fire salts, and a ruby. Search here for a hat. Nothing, or calcamine on top. That was a good find. Let's sneak around the edges here. Make sure we're set. I kind of wish there was a map too. I mean, we're having issues, aren't we? Let's see, if I go here to the map, is there a local map? Yes, I suppose there is. It's just far too small. Look at how much of the screen is not even being taken up with the map. The user interface is a mess in this game. That's why the Sky UI mod, which is, I hear, soon to be added to Skyrim Special Edition, is activate the pedestal, search the offering box, activate the pull bar. And this is a straight up Oblivion portal. So, you like the required item. What happens when we pull this? Nothing. And there's nothing in the offering box. And I wouldn't want to put like a soul gem or something in there. That would be way inappropriate. Who knows what you would summon? Or what would happen? So let's wait until somebody tells us what to do before we play. What is this? Orange dartwing? Leather strips? I believe this is the way around that we ran into this guy. Gold. Oh. For a second there, I thought I could have just walked right from there. I could have jumped, taken some fall damage, but no smooth walking. And the mid and dark. I also have to kind of question why have such large amounts of areas with very little enemies in it. Why not have a more eventful section go on? There's some game balance issues, it feels like. It's far too early to speculate this, by the way, but the makers of The Witcher 3... I missed. I got the kill screen and still missed. The makers of the Witcher series, not just Witcher 3, but all of them. Look at these ice particles. Are trying to make sure that they don't get hostile taken over. if I could say that the right way. And it occurred to me it would be kind of ironic and very bad for the video game industry if Bethesda, which I don't think this probably would happen, was the company that did take them over. Because all of the elements that The Witcher 3 have that make them great feel very much like they Skyrim. Interesting. Where am I? Look how dark this place is. I'm in some kind of snow cave. They would jump into water. And I think not. I think I'm going... I should just have only one quest on, really. Let's just focus. He was supposed to be up there. Now, of course, that's just 100% speculation that there's even any thought there of that happening. And as the only thing I truly know is that they are trying to buy back some of their stocks, CD Projekt Red, which is really in general just to protect themselves from being hostily taken over by any company whatsoever. It certainly could go the other way, though. CD Projekt Red could become the people in charge of making the next Elder Scrolls game, and that might work, but certain elements of the Elder Scrolls game would have to be changed in the next game regardless. What they're doing here, what they did 5 years ago, it's just not up to modern standards. Is the loot worth taking? I don't think so. The bugginess of Bethesda games, both in Fallout 4, which was only a year ago, so that's not much of a change has happened on that scale, and the lack of an interesting story, which was also kind of the problem with Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was very much a basic story. This is some really flickery stuff going on here. Also, that messed up Fallout 4. And see, I think they're just so busy making these huge open world games that they fail to put the good game elements sometimes in it. They fail to have a concise story with a concise reason why the main character would be the hero of this story. Right now I'm the hero of two stories. I'm the hero of the Psych Order, and I'm the hero of all of Skyrim as the Dragonborn, and the two seem to be completely unrelated. I hear something making sound. Yeah, we can hear him on the other side of that. But we've heard what sounded like creatures on the other side of doors, and then there weren't actually creatures on the other sides of the doors. So we've got this, and this is a relic ring finger, a relic index finger, a relic little finger. So it seems almost like I have to put some kind of rings on this relic. And this big old pile of bones, only 2 skeletons in this whole thing are actually searchable, I would bet, and the rest are just full of props. Let's take some more mushrooms. Get our alchemy up one more. Is there anything really worth making? I think if I have 3 of anything, I will make it, and if I don't, I will leave it alone. So 1, 2, 3, clear. 1, 2, 3, clear. 1, 2, 3, clear. 1, 2, 3, clear. The reason why I'm doing 3s are in an attempt to cause that to happen, to learn new abilities while still ensuring that I get the items that I want, which gives me a lot of stuff that I can then sell. Of course, that I think probably only takes us so far. I still think there's probably room for experimenting like this, where you can get 2 things together and then find a 3rd thing and see if that works, because that still gives you whatever you're trying to get, but doesn't require you to I think now I've done as much as I want to do. Take that salt pile. There's a pie here. Take some white caps. I wish you, even if we ran into alchemy tables a little bit more, twice as much, I don't think that would fix the game's issue with that. because the game's issue is it's just boring. Here's the place I was supposed to have crossed. It would have been so much easier to cross that way. You don't get enough experience making the alchemy. I'm making all these potions and then I'm struggling to sell the potions, and because I'm struggling to sell the potions and the fact that the speech dialogue goes up way too slowly when you do haggle and sell things.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
The Augur of Dunlane. So this is the Augur of Dunlane that we were supposed to look for. I thought he might be a monster. This doesn't look as much like a monster as just a ball of energy.
I am that which you have been seeking.
Okay.
Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. Those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek.
Yeah, what do I seek?
You seek that which all who wield magic seek, knowledge.
True, true.
You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others.
The Thalmor's already been here? Nothing.
The one who calls himself Ancano.
Oh, he's still here. He's
He
got trouble.
seeks information about the Eye, but what he will find shall be quite different. His path will cross yours in time, but first you must find that which you need.
This is just like a really bright light. What do I need?
You and those aiding you wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware.
Yeah?
To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff.
Okay.
Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center. So you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
Okay. And this doesn't hurt me, good. Wouldn't that really suck if I died right there? Alright. I suppose I could run out of this area. I could have left this entire section and then come back through fast travel, but I don't feel a reason to do that. That seems a little cheaty, and there's no bad guys showing up or anything. So back this way till we find the door, and back up to Skyrim, and let's talk to the Archmage. Archmage's quarters, is he not here? He's over here, maybe?
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus?
I kind of wonder if I
I'm
might
impressed
already
with your
have it.
initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on
I don't
this.
think. What should I do
A
next?
most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
So we have major circlet. Maybe I can disenchant that for something. Speak with Mirabelle. I'm not even sure who Mirabelle is. They've mentioned her, but where is she? Here's Arcano.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Can't say anything to him though. It feels like it's taking longer to
I still need some help, if you can spare the time.
people are asking me for help. It feels, oh, there's a whole nother level here. That explains it. It feels like the game wants me to do a lot more. So there's another character here. There's another character here. Again, I don't really see a reason to help these people and do all this conversation, though. Because it's not right now. At least. Here's Mirabelle. Yeah, I don't think we've even talked to her.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Oh, yes, we saw her at the very beginning when she came here. She was the person that was working under the Archmage.
Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking?
He's just gonna jump in his bed. Isn't that a little glitchy?
The Eye of Magnus? I can appreciate that this thing, this orb, it's very impressive. Very unique and definitely worth studying. But let's not jump to any conclusions or assign it importance beyond what we're certain of. The Augur. Just what have you gotten yourself involved in? Whatever is going on, whatever you're up to, be very careful. Well, it's said to be very powerful. Has the capacity to store an incredible amount of magical power, as the story goes. But it's more myth than anything at this point. I've no doubt that it actually exists, but no one has seen it in, what, decades? Longer? I'm not sure. The only time I've heard it mentioned was when those Synod characters showed up some months ago looking for it. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mizulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mizulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
I never do.
Well, That depends on what you're looking for. Beralda can teach destruction spells and offers training in that school. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim and can help with spells from that school. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration. One of the best in Tamriel and always willing to pass on his knowledge.
This magic
If you can
system,
find him
it's
and
too
focus
complicated.
his attention, there's a great deal Drevis can teach you about illusion magic. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic.
But none of them can teach me anything.
Let's
right
get
now.
going. It's all in the swing. Let me show you.
So, what is our map pointing us to now? Our map says go where? Find the ruins of Mizzalt. And I think that's a fine thing to do. Here, we'll jump down here, we'll jump down here, and we'll go over here. Now, they kind of want you to see pieces of the past. They kind of want you to run there, which it would be quite a journey. But from a fast travel to this location, that's a lot less of a journey. Now, I still haven't stepped into this city at all, nor do I really have the idea that I want to. And Riften is way over here, so I guess we're gonna have to run, unless this guy can take me to the ruins of it. Let's see.
Need a ride?
Let's see.
Where do you want to go?
Let's see. Can I get to the ruins?
That's fine. See ya.
I was hoping I could get to the ruins from there. So being out, let's see what that item we were given, by the way, was. That Mage's Circlet. Increase your magicka by 70 points. Yeah, that is certainly something worth looking at. Let's see. This gilded armor is at 62. This one's at 67. Once I get that equipped better, I think once I get that reinforced with my armor, it will do us a nice job. I need iron terribly. So bad. I do want to get gold also, but iron's the real winner that I need. Fortunately for the viewing audience, that vein wasn't very full. This is where it starts to, once you start to really need to get to a place, it starts to help to have more things discovered. And with every discovery, there is also a level of XP you're getting for that. It is also an interesting thing if we look at the map. All the events kind of circle around each city. So you have Winterhold here, and it's not going to have you really go much further than about this far for most of its quests, at least. Dawnstar, it's kind of the same thing. There's just a circle here, and a circle here. So we'll start seeing around these edges somewhat, because here's this city, and here is this city. Right around here there's more than I would even suspect, but it's not laid out kind of in a natural pattern. There are definitely areas where it's mostly just places to run through, places where a dragon might show up. What is this, a bear? And how close do I have to really get to a cave to discover it is another good question to ask. And I want to try to avoid doing this. Getting up and down on mountains. Let's see. What is this? It's like it's a camp, but it didn't discover anything, nor was there anyone there. So I suppose I leave it alone? I'll be fighting mages if I find this ruins, which hopefully I find the ruins. So my bow should be no trouble against them. In fact, I kind of wish I was attacked by more dragons. But I've been bad about that. Looks like I'm about to find something. This is the Dunmar or Dwemer. I'm not sure which one it is. Design of dwarfs, basically. I think some of their different words hurts Skyrim. It doesn't help at all, no, it hurts definitely. Instead of just saying these are dwarves and dwarves do this and we kind of all know who this is. Well, that says dwarf. Then who are the Dunmar? I guess it's more of a case of the Dunmar might be some characters. Some local thing. Here's Mazolft. Well, if we're going into a dwarven place, there's a lot of dangers. Adventurers. Lockpick. And nothing else. One would hope that the main game doesn't...
Nervous around dwarf and stonework. Legends say these cities are haunted.
Ah, they kind of are. Not by ghosts, but by machines. So, the danger, particularly in going into these caves, is you may very well end up in the underground city that's huge.
Find apparatus in oculary.
So reach the oculary, take the key, take the research log, take his clothes. Let's read the book. In fact, we probably have a couple of books to read. There's a DLC, no, not DLC, a mod that happens that adds this really nice tower that you have to go through all the story and then you get this tower. And I'd recommend people getting that if they've played all that they care to play. I'm not sure if you can actually play all of Skyrim, but I can't really review mods to Skyrim unless I decide to make this series go on forever and drastically change what my channel is about, because I'm about being a little bit more diverse, trying to do as many games as I own, which is in the 500s. Let's see. Alright, that's good to know. So one of the reasons why I've said it before, but one of the reasons why I'm able to play this special edition is this new idea that they've started doing on some games, where if you own the old game, they will let you have the remastered version for free. And I'm not sure that this is appropriate to even call this a remastered version, as much as this is a remaster of the graphics and nothing else. Changing of the graphics. There is also a slight problem with that, because it is starting to get weird about what they change. The BioShock remaster changed things that made the game feel rather different. So we've got these spider robots showing up, and we'll see more of these, about 3 or 4 different styles of these robots, and everything in here is going to be Dwemer, which kind of means Dwarven. So I don't know why I didn't just call everything Dwarven. Dwarven oil, Dwarven gear. Technology. So, as massive as we've seen Skyrim up to this point, here's a whole new tile set. Here's a whole new class and race of people. The dwarves, as a people, haven't been alive, so you can't actually play as them. That is something that, if Skyrim was made today, would almost certainly have been something they added in some kind of DLC, where they said, yes, you can play as a dwarf now. I'm gonna have to be careful about what I decide to pick up and what I don't, too. Some of the potions are the exact same. Now, breaking a lockpick on this doesn't trigger the booby trap, which is nice to know, because that would really, really suck, and it's really not within your own grasp, because there's too many random dice rolls here. Even if I had my lockpicking skill up to 100%, I don't think it's just going to immediately allow you to succeed without breaking any lockpicks. Notice that these creatures are run by soul gems. Do we go up or do we go down? I guess we should go up first. One would assume that up is the wrong direction. Garnets. all kinds of gold. I'm not really certain where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do here, so if this is just an exit to Skyrim, which it seems like it might be, then ooh, Moonstone there. I'd be a sucker to leave that alone. Doing mining twice in the same area, same recording, not a smart move. What in the world is that thing? That is a Chorus Reaper. That's new. Big old bug. So I'm hoping this area ends with us leaving an area and finding a different entrance here, because that's what happens with the Dwarven Pass all the time, is you find multiple entrances that end up all leading towards the underground city. Moonstone ore vein. So if I need any moonstone oil, I could come over here. It is this weird question of, like, where am I in this game? Am I super overpowered? I guess I kinda am, because the archery is really high. I guess that's true. Tripwire. That wouldn't have even hurt me even if I had tripped over it. And see, I feel like I may have gone the wrong direction. And we may have to run back. Maybe at a later time, maybe we'll just skip that section that I missed. The truth is, you're not really gonna miss anything. It's not like the Staff of Magnus is gonna end up in that area. See, now I'm just back to where I was. Am I not? Did I go full circle? No, I didn't go full circle. So these are little robots. And they just get shot out these tubes to attack. And then we have an adept gate that we have to unlock. And we've just got a lot more work to do. And this all started looking for that Red Guard woman quest, and we're not getting anywhere with that. Come on, I have 83. Let's end on a success. There we go. And there's a lot of these happens. And then you end up seeing things that look like they might be valuable because they're gold, but they're not really that valuable and they're very heavy. Let's see, but the dwarven metal ingots certainly worth taking, and there may very well be quests that require you to collect or have some of those items, but they're not you don't need them in mass abundance. Let's go look at the map. So this area right here is, if I was to guess, it was just a small section. Maybe if I remember, we'll fast travel back to the beginning, or maybe we'll reconnect and find a barred door there. Either way, the one thing I am sure of is we're moving forward on the Mage Quest things, and we are done for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me with YouTube. If you want to support me even further, you can go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. You can click that and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.